Hello, my name is Vincent Harrison. Welcome to NAC Gallery Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, as you know, is the capital of the world when it comes to art. Not quite, not yet, but with NAC's help we hope it will be. We are bringing for the first time to Fort Lauderdale a Manhattan, New York style gallery with emerging and mid-level contemporary artists that are world class. I want you to come and see what we've got to offer, so let's go. And open the door. I'd like to talk to you about NFN Kalyan. NFN means, believe it or not, no first name. The artist wanted to not be known by a first name or anything that kind of would pigeonhole him in any way whatsoever. He's 30 years old and he has a 25-year game plan in order to kind of get where he wants to be with his art. So I wanted to start with one of his pieces here. So this is from the Nature of the Beast series. Very interesting concept. It's primarily, as a visual, it's heads of some of the most iconic characters in the 20th and 21st century. Not just sort of politically important, spiritually important guys like the Dalai Lama here, even extreme characters like Kim Kardashian, for example. Technically, unbelievable. This is actually etched onto glass. Each layer of the etching is etched onto the glass here to give the 3D effect with just 2D layers. And it takes Kalyan about 3 months just to actually design the sketch in the layered format that can be transposed to the glass. It gives this ethereal, amazing effect. And this is the kind of the first style of work for Kalyan's game plan, which was something more of a visual to get people's attention. And we've had this at Hamptons, Art Palm Beach, some of the big fairs around the country. A lot of them have been collected, and the response and the wow effect has been phenomenal. But Kalyan's one you really need to watch out for. We're going to be opening a big show with him in New York in September in our new space. So NFN Kalyan is going to be one to look out for in 2013. So here at NAC Gallery, we're huge fans of photography. Frank Worth, big photographer in the 50s, member of the Hollywood Guild. Now what's interesting about him, we have these fantastic images, again, very artistic in nature, but the subjects are some of these iconic characters, as we said, from the 50s. We have some amazing photos. One of my favorite stories with the photographers we have is William John Kennedy. Now he hung out with Warhol and Robert Indiana back in the 60s for 6 weeks, hanging around in the factory with Warhol. Took shots of Warhol and Indiana interacting with their artwork. You've got Warhol holding self-portrait, Warhol holding up an acetate that he uses to make the silk screens, the acetate for the proofs for the Marilyn silk screens that are so famous. Now, these images again were a long-lost collection. So they are a moment in history that were captured by William John Kennedy, a turning point in history. Just before Warhol and Indiana and a lot of the pop art guys were really getting their work out there, he managed to capture this movement at its birth. Again, these shots were nearly lost, sat in a box for almost 50 years. He didn't realize what he had, published for the first time in 2010, and we have the original silver gelatin photos that are published by Lauderdale in New York, which is the same publisher he used to use back 50 years ago. Again, an amazing collection to see, which we have a couple of pieces here as well. So thank you for visiting NAC Gallery. Visit us at www.nacgallery.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.